Hello everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Am I audible and visible to you all? Hello everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello Tanuja, hello Srinivas Rao, hello all of you, hello Bhargav. Good morning everyone. I think it's good afternoon now, it's 12:05. How was your exam, guys? How was your exam? Sir, hindlimb question, key error. Yes, that will be corrected. One small key error is there. It will be rectified. The key will be changed. Forelimb has 4 digits. Hind limb have 5 digits. It will be corrected. No problem. Yes, that key change will occur. Yes. Other than that, one question was there, boat shape. Boat shape, streamlined. Boat is in water, to flow in the water. So frog also has a kind of tapering body. The head is also triangular, tapered. The abdomen also is tapered. Then that means for swimming, right? Sir, after that I am getting 180. Very good. I cannot say it was an easy paper, because boat streamline body shape, some student had some challenges, because that was a logical understanding application question. I don't remember if I have spoken about any boat shape word in the class. And then buccal cavity, if there is a small hole punched in the buccal cavity, then but obvious air will not be, the frog will not be able to do the buccal pumping, air will be leaking out. Again, closing of mouth will occur, but exchange of diffusion of gas in the buccal cavity will also not occur. So only cutaneous respiration will occur. Yes, Tanuja, yes, that's it. So paper level was easy to moderate. Some 5-6 questions were little tricky, moderate level. You saw tadpole questions. Now see, tadpole, herbivore and all, not given in the NCERT. Breathing via gills, not given in the NCERT, but these are the basic concepts. You should be knowing them. Okay. So anyways, if you're getting 180, very good. Other students who are not getting, whatever mistakes you did, do some error analysis. Okay. Understand why you went wrong. For every paper, you have to follow the same. Okay. Moving ahead. Now, today we are going to talk about frog reproductive system. Okay, so let us start with the frog reproductive system, and then we will talk about exchange of gases, breathing and exchange of gases. We will start that chapter as well. So let us finish this frog reproductive system. Okay. So let us start. So in both male and female frog, the reproductive system is very well developed. Okay, talking first about male frog. Talking first about male frog. In male reproductive organ, it is made up of a pair of yellowish ovoid testes. So you can see here, the testes is there, yellowish in color. Ovoid. Yellow is due to little bit fat deposition. Nearby there is fat bodies also. Sir, why we have the fat deposition nearby the testes? Energy is needed for the spermatogenesis process. So some fat deposition is there. Then this testes is attached to the kidney. The testes are attached to the kidney with the help of double fold peritoneum called as mesoarchium. Or mesoarchium, you can say. Very important line. Like, what is peritoneum? Like, we also have the peritoneum. Inside you have the abdominal cavity. Abdominal cavity is lined by a membranous tissue, which is called as the peritoneum. So it is like a bag which holds all your organ inside. So peritoneum is a bag-like structure which hold all the organs inside. Okay. Similarly, frog also has it. Frog peritoneum, frog double fold peritoneum holds the testes on the kidneys. It holds the testes on the kidneys. So it's a double fold which is connecting the testes on the kidneys. And what it is called as? It is called as mesoarchium. Same, in females also it will be there. In females, at the place of testes, there will be ovaries. Ovaries attached to kidney. With the help of same double fold peritoneum membrane covering, that is called as mesoovarium. What it will be called as? Mesoovarium. You may note this. In NCERT, they have mentioned mesoarchium. But in NCERT, they have not mentioned the mesoovarium. Am I clear? If you don't apply this fold, frog is jumping, testes will fall down. Are you getting me? So to hold the testes on the kidney, we need this mesoarchium. The mesoarchium becomes mesoovarium in the female kidney. Okay? Then we will talk about, so as you can see here, this is the testes, and this brown color tissue is the mesoarchium, which is holding the testes on the kidney. And you can see them yellow duck-like structures, which are called as vas efferents or vasa efferentia, carrying the sperms from the testes into the kidney. Okay? So let us go ahead and talk about the other part, sperm production or sperm pathway. Very important question in the frog's reproductive system. The sperm pathway, you need to remember. Many times this question is coming in the exam also. A lot of PYQ is also based on this. A lot of PYQ is also based on this. So let us see the sperm pathway. Chalo, tell me, what is the sperm pathway? Can you tell? So first of all, we have the testes. Okay, where is the testes attached to? Testes are attached on the upper end of the kidney. Yes. And then ducts are arising. What are the ducts arising? Tell me. The ducts which are arising here, they are vasa efferentia. What are they? Vasa efferentia. So testes produce the sperms. That sperms travel via the vasa efferentia. How many in number? 10 to 12 in number. 10 to 12 in number. Do human males also have vasa efferentia? Do human males also have vasa efferentia? Yes. We also have the testes, the human male testes. Seminiferous tubules converge to become rete testes. Rete testes gave rise to vasa efferentia. In humans, vasa efferentia number is little more. In humans, the vasa efferentia might be around 12 to 20 in number. Frog, it is 10 to 12. They are small chinna ducts coming out of the testes, opening in the kidney. Opening where? Opening in the kidney. Okay? See, vasa here means duct. Efferentia means coming out. Like in glomerulus, if you remember, afferent arteriole, incoming arteriole, outgoing arteriole, you say efferent arteriole. So efferentia means going out. Vasa efferentia is going in the kidney. In kidney, what is there? In kidney, what is there? To receive the sperms. Vasa efferentia will give the sperm in the kidney. Into which duct? They will give into the Bidder's canal. In which canal they will give it to? Bidder's canal. So like this, longitudinal ducts are there in the kidney. Longitudinal ducts are there in the kidney, which are called as Bidder's canal. Which canal? Bidder's canal, which receive the sperm from the testes into the kidney. So this is the testes. Sperm is produced in the vasa efferentia. Sorry, testes are producing sperm conducted by vasa efferentia into Bidder's canal. Bidder's canal will open where? Bidder's canal will open in the ureter. Where they will open in? They will open in the ureter. So that is basically conducted in the ureter. And ureter in male frog is also called as urinogenital duct. What it is also called as? Urinogenital duct. It will be also called as urinogenital duct because normally the ureter will pass the urine. But during breeding season, the ureter may also carry the sperms. Am I clear? So that's why ureter is called urinogenital duct in the male frogs, not in female. Now you tell me one question. Bidder canal will carry urine also? Bidder canal is present on the kidney. Will it carry urine also, or it is meant only for sperms? Tell me, will it carry urine also, or it is only meant for sperms? It is only meant for the sperm. It is only meant for the sperms. It will only carry the sperms. Both ledu. Bidder's canal will not carry urine. It will only carry sperms. Am I clear, everyone? So now, from testes to vasa efferentia, from vasa efferentia opens in the kidney. Where it opens in? Kidney. From kidney, it will open in the Bidder's canal. From Bidder's canal, it will go in ureter. Ureter opens on the outside using the cloaca. Cloaca's external opening, you call it as cloacal aperture. Yes? So this is the pathway of the sperm. Testes, vasa efferentia, kidney, Bidder's canal, ureter, cloaca, and cloacal aperture. Are we clear, everyone? This is the most commonly asked question for the sperm pathway. Clear, everyone? Yes? So this pathway is very important. Most of the times they have already asked in the PYQs. Okay? And it is a very good concept to be asked in the future also. Next, moving ahead. So read the NCERT lines, come on. Let us read the NCERT line. Vasa efferentia are 10 to 12 in number. They arise from the testes. Now you tell me, vasa efferentia is extratesticular outside or intratesticular inside or both? Vasa efferentia, you will say intratesticular or extratesticular? Is it inside the testes? Is it outside the testes? Is it both? What is the correct understanding? See, many questions have been asked that vasa efferentia is extratesticular. But you apply logic. Vasa efferentia arises from the testes. It arises from inside the testes. So some part is intratesticular. Then it comes out. Then it becomes extratesticular and opens in the Bidder's canal of the kidney. So technically speaking, then it is intra also, extra also. But since the majority part is outside, we can use the term extratesticular. We can use the word extratesticular because majority of the part is coming out. It arises from inside and comes outside. So we will use the word extratesticular. Okay? Then it enters the kidney on their side and opens into Bidder's canal. Bidder's canal is a vertical canal or a longitudinal canal? Is it a vertical canal or a longitudinal canal? Answer me. Bidder canal is horizontally present or is it present vertically? What you will say? Bidder's canal is longitudinal, horizontal. You can write the point also. If the examiner is judging you on the basis of understanding the orientation of the duct, then it is a longitudinal duct. Am I clear? Yes? Then finally, the Bidder canal opens in the urinogenital duct, that is the ureter, and opens into cloaca. And look at the cloaca structure. Cloaca is in the center. Cloaca is in the center. That's why NCERT says cloaca is a small median chamber. What it is? It is a small median chamber. Medial means middle. And it is used to throw out fecal matter also, urine also, and sperm also. So all the three content can be thrown out? All simultaneously or separately? Simultaneously ledu. The waste and the sperms or gametes cannot be mixed together. Separately. Are we clear? Separately they will be thrown outside the body, exterior. Are we clear with this? Understood? Yes. Now after the male reproductive system, we are going to speak about the female reproductive system. What is the female reproductive system made up of? The female reproductive system is made up of a pair of ovaries. Where is the ovary present? On the kidney. You can see here the kidney is visible to you. Here you can see the kidney, but here you cannot see the kidney. Kidney is beneath the ovary. So ovary is present on the kidney. And how the ovary is attached to kidney, I already told you. Double fold of peritoneum, meso-ovarium, holding the ovary on the kidney. Correct? Then, this is ovary. Ovary will release the eggs. Egg has to go in ovarian funnel. Where is it? Has to go in the ovarian funnel. Look at this. So this is ovary. Ovary will release the eggs. Ovary will release the eggs. Eggs have to go inside this. It will go under ovarian funnel. From ovarian funnel, there is a small opening in the ovarian funnel. This opening in the ovarian funnel is called as ostium. It is called as ostium. So ovary produces eggs. Eggs go in the ostium of the ovarian funnel. Then you can see a very long coiled region of the oviduct. This coiled region of the oviduct ends into a sac-like structure. What like structure? A sac-like structure, which is the ovisac. What it is? Ovisac. Ovisac temporarily can hold the eggs inside, and during the mating process they can release the egg in the water. And ovisac opens in the cloaca and outside cloacal aperture. Are we clear? So if a point or a question is asked that how is the egg being passed? Egg pathway. Which pathway? Egg pathway in the female. Come on. Eggs are produced in the ovaries. First, what should I write? From ovaries, the egg are produced. Where they will go? They will first go in the coelom, body cavity. First, they will go in the coelom. Are yes or no? Like if you remember, female reproductive system, ovary releases the egg. Egg is initially in the coelom, coelomic egg. Then funnel shape, infundibulum, finger-like processes, fimbriae. One of the fimbriae is movable. It will push the egg inside the ostium opening of the oviduct, fallopian tube. Same. So coelom is there. Now the egg will be passing slowly. Okay, so a lot of eggs are released. The eggs push each other, and that goes where? In the ostium. Ostium is the opening. Now it enters the ovarian funnel. Which funnel? Ovarian funnel, also called as oviducal funnel. So ostium is the opening of the funnel. From here it will go in the coiled region. Glandular coiled duct part. From here it will go in ovisac. Ovisac it will be temporarily stored, and finally it will be released in the cloaca, and from cloaca outside it will go in the outside opening called as the cloacal aperture, where it will go in the cloacal aperture. Are we clear? So ovarian funnel, glandular coiled duct. Now if you have seen the frog eggs, they are like gelatinous. They have a gelatin coating around them. That gelatinous coating around them hold all the eggs together. Because if single egg is released, all the eggs will spread in the water. So a gelatinous coating is there, which is produced by the coiled glandular duct. when it is passing through it. Okay, then it will be stored in OV sac, and whenever the breeding process occurs, then it will be released. This week's syllabus, Sheikh Aisha, it will be updated, beta. It will be updated, don't worry. By today's end or tomorrow end, it will be there. Okay, so relax. So we will have the frog reproductive system, then we will have breathing exchange of gases, till I think human respiratory system we can have till. So let us see, or mechanism of breathing also we can include. Okay, so till mechanism of breathing we can say that we can have the syllabus, okay, roughly, but it will be posted to you. So this pathway, I hope you have written down. Okay, this is the pathway of the egg. Now this ovarian funnel is not given in NCERT, glandular coil duct is not given, OV sac is not mentioned, but you should be having an idea. Examiner may ask you this question as well. Okay, and at a time how many eggs will be released, tell me? At a time how many eggs will be released? At a time a mature female can lay around 2,500 to 3,000 eggs at a time, and like this multiple time breeding occurs in the breeding season and many eggs will be released. Okay? So that completes the female reproductive system. Now let us go to the last lines. Talking about the last line, where does the fertilization occur? Fertilization is external, inside the water. The fertilization is external. Yes, because it takes place in the water. So here the male and female frog. The male frog is embracing the female frog from behind. It is using the copulatory pad and pressing the abdominal cavity. Egg and sperm are simultaneously released in the water. Egg and sperm are simultaneously released in the water. This can be also called as spawning. What it can be also called as? Spawning. Okay. Spawning here means both the male and female are releasing the eggs in the egg and sperm in the water simultaneously. Spawning word you might have also studied in animal kingdom class Cyclostomata. Yes, the lamprey, petromyozone, traveling to fresh water, releasing the egg and sperm in water, spawning. Here also there is spawning. Then the egg and sperm, the egg will get fertilized in water. Then tadpole development. Tadpole is the larval stage. It will go under metamorphosis to develop into young frog. Young frog will develop into an adult frog. Basically, for the life cycle completion, water is very, very important because they are born in water. Reproduction occurs in water. So water is very important for them. So life cycle is highly dependent on the presence of water. Then, so the development of the larval stage into tadpole develops into adult via metamorphosis. Okay, but obvious thyroxine hormone is required. Thyroxine hormone is very important for the development of the tadpole into adult. Next line, last line. Frog is very beneficial to mankind. Very simple assertion, reason, question can be made. Frog is beneficial to the mankind, assertion, reason because they do the pest control. They eat the insect and they protect the crop. Basically, they are, as a biological pest control method, they are naturally being occurring there. So assertion, reason. Then frog also maintains ecological balance. So if you remember ecosystem, one of the ecosystem functioning was the energy transfer, energy flow via the food chain, where producer is consumed by primary consumer is consumed by secondary, tertiary and quaternary. Everyone is interdependent on each other. So frog is also a very important component of food chain. And we know there is not a single linear food chain. Multiple food chain interconnect with each other. That becomes the food web. So frog maintains the ecological balance because it is an important component. It is a secondary consumer. Yes, because it eats the herbivores, the insects. Okay, so it maintains the food web. It maintains the energy flow. And lastly, muscular legs of frogs are eaten in many countries as a source of food. So that completes which chapter? That completes your frog chapter. Now we are jumping on to which one? Now we will jump on to breathing and exchange of gases. Okay, so let us start with breathing and exchange of gases. Come on. But before starting with the chapter, we have to study the initial introduction of the chapter. Yes, we have to read every single introduction paragraph, every scientist name and everything we have to understand. Okay, so the first paragraph is this one, the human physiology paragraph they have mentioned here. A very important paragraph. Cockroach is not there in the syllabus. Cockroach we need not require to study. Cockroach not required. Now we are directly starting with the human physiology, breathing and exchange of gases. So before starting any system, physiology means study of body functions, how your respiratory system, excretory system, digestive system, many different systems are there, how they are functioning. That is the study, that is physiology. But how do we know today this function, this excretory system is functioning this way, the nephron is functioning in this way? Okay, how we are knowing this? Because the people who studied before us, they analyzed all the tissues, their molecular level understanding, they have studied everything, and then they have come to the conclusion of the system biology which we are going to study. So today we know digestive system, excretory system, all this is there, but how do the system actually function? For that, we need to start it from the reductionist approach. Which approach? Reductionist approach. So to understand the life forms, we started with the reductionist approach. So to understand the life forms, what we did? Reductionist approach. What is happening? Okay. So the reductionist approach to study life forms resulted in increasing use of physico-chemical concepts and techniques. Now, what is the meaning of reductionist approach? See, simple. The word is saying reductionist, to reduce things. So whenever you have a complex mechanism, you divide into small parts. So you simplify it. You study it at the simpler level. Am I clear? Like some organ is functioning. Why that organ is functioning in that way? Then you will go in the tissue part. Then from the tissue you will understand why this tissue is doing this reaction. So this enzyme is there. Why this enzyme is there? Okay, this gene is responsible. Where is the gene present? Okay, it is present on this chromosome. So what you are doing is, you are starting from the complex level and you are going towards the simplified level. So you are studying the complex system and you are simplifying it to the most simplest level possible. That is the reductionist approach. And reductionist approach made us understand the molecular level. Made us understand which level? Molecular level. But to understand how the molecular level and all this works, we are using two concepts. We are using the physico-chemical concepts. We are using physics and we are using chemistry. So to understand any life form, any living life form, how it is functioning or working, in a reductionist approach, you are using concepts from physics also and chemistry also. Do you agree or not? A lot of metabolism is occurring due to enzymes and all. They are controlled by protein, gene regulation is there. Yes, that is the chemical concept. But at the same level, the physical aspects which are happening where the physics is governing, like simple breathing and exchange of gases at a physical level, increase or decrease in pressure, volume changes, Boyle's law you are applying in breathing and exchange of gases, that is the physics concept. how the blood is flowing, what is the blood pressure 120/80, how the resistance in the blood vessels develops, that is increasing or decreasing the blood pressure. Then you go with the fluid dynamics, the hemodynamics of it. Then you are studying physics again there. So in the reductionist approach, when we started using the reductionist approach, we started using more physics and chemistry concept and the techniques. Are you getting me? This was the question in 2025. The reductionist approach to study life form resulted in increasing use of what? So when you are going from a complex level to a more simplified level of understanding, you require also the concepts of physics and chemistry to understand it. That's why you are studying biochemistry. Yes, you are studying biomolecules again. And then lot of functioning is governed by physics. So you cannot have biology without physics and chemistry. Am I clear? Are you getting me, guys? Yes or no? Little what I said, little dry paragraph is there. Okay, but it is telling us something important thing, that how we are understanding the today's mechanism of your body functioning. Am I clear? Then to study this, okay, majority of the study which was done in reductionist approach, first we studied the tissue model. First we studied which model? Tissue model. Like, okay, someone is having sickle cell anemia. Okay, what are the symptoms? Tiredness, fatigue. Okay, let us look at the blood tissue. Okay, sickle cell is there. Okay, and then from the tissue level, we went on to molecular level. Okay, why this hemoglobin or the RBC is showing sickle cell shape? Then we went on to analyzing, okay, the hemoglobin, they are forming a continuous chain that is pulling up the RBC into sickle cell shape. Why that hemoglobin is doing that? Okay, some problem with the beta globin chain is there. Okay, who is responsible for the beta globin chain? Okay, then we analyze, okay, there is a gene of beta globin chain where it is present. Okay, that is present on chromosome number 11. Okay, on chromosome number 11 there is a gene. On the 6th codon position there is some mutation in the GAG into GUG. The glutamic acid is replaced by valine, and then it leads to that. So see, we started from which level? We started from the tissue level, checking. We started from the symptoms. Then we studied the tissue. That was the tissue model. You are looking at the organism. You are looking at an organism that is suffering from sickle cell anemia. You are looking at the symptoms. Slowly you are getting into the molecular level. So what is this? This is reductionist approach. So here you are using tissue model to study, direct organism model or tissue model also you are using. And at the same time you are going at the molecular level. Am I clear? There is some X type of cancer. Okay, this cancer forms this tumor. Okay, this tumor appears in this one. This tumor has this type of cells. Appearance is this way. That is the tissue which you are studying. But why that cell is going under cancer? Okay, this gene is mutated. Okay, so I will go at the molecular level and study what is the actual problem. Which are the genes, oncogenes involved in that. That will tell you the molecular level. So see, to have a reductionist approach, you have to have some tissue model study and also the cell-free system. Which system? Cell-free system, where you are not studying the cell. You are isolating something from the cell and studying it. That is, you are studying them into the laboratory, like you are analyzing some DNA. When you are analyzing some DNA, you are identifying some mutated sequence. There you are not studying tissue, there you are not studying cell, there you are focusing on the molecule DNA. Yes? So that is molecular analysis what you are doing. So majority of this study majority of the study in reductionist approach used what? Tissue model they used, or straight away cell-free system they used. Cell-free system means in laboratory. So you are either studying tissue in some cases, or you are also using the cell-free system. Okay, like when you are doing, you isolated the DNA from the cell. Now you are doing the electrophoresis. Okay, now you are doing the electrophoresis. You are doing the electrophoresis and you are separating the DNA fragments. Are you studying cell? Are you studying tissue? No. You separated the DNA on the, what do you say? On the gel. Then using this DNA fragments, then you are going for the physical mapping of the genome. Physical mapping of the genome means, okay, I will use this criteria to map the genes. Okay, to map the genes on the chromosome. Am I clear? So basically, when you are separately studying DNA or the RNA or some protein, you are separately studying, that is a cell-free system, guys. Are we clear? Hello, everyone. Are you understanding? Hello, everyone. Are you getting me? So majority of the reductionist approach studies employed either surviving tissue model or straight away cell-free system. ठीक है? Big fan of you, sir. Benny living. Okay, dear. I am fan of my students. So it is reciprocal. Someone is saying, come to the farm. Please give me the address and what you are cooking for me. Tell that also. So, yeah, you are understanding, Sudeshna, Tanuja. Okay. Come on, let's go ahead. Now, an explosion of knowledge resulted. So when we studied tissues and when we studied the cell-free system, a lot of information we got. An explosion of knowledge resulted in molecular biology. So Tanuj, okay, Tanuj, sorry. So you got a lot of information. So from tissue, you went on to the DNA, RNA, protein. You started analyzing them. So now a new branch completely you understood, molecular biology. What came into picture? Molecular biology. Molecular biology you will study only when you study the cell-free system. But you started with the organism model. So now we are focusing on molecular physiology. Molecular physiology, that how different molecules help in the body function. How different molecules help in the body function. Like you say liver is doing the glycogenesis, glycogenolysis. How it is doing? So you are saying, okay, insulin is used or glucagon is used. Sir, GLUT4 receptors are there. They are transferring the glucose inside the cell. That is governed by that hormone, sir. So what you are saying, you are talking about the molecular level now. So whenever you are studying molecular level, again, it is synonymous. When you understand molecular physiology, and without physics and chemistry, there is no biology. In fact, chemistry and physics lead to the functioning. Am I clear? So molecular physiology becomes synonymous, parallel with biochemistry and biophysics. Biochemistry and biophysics. So you cannot run away from the chemistry, you cannot run away from the physics, because they are governing the molecules functioning. So whatever molecules are functioning in your body, whatever proteins are there, globular proteins, primary structure, secondary structure, tertiary structure, their structures are formed by chemicals, that is biochemistry. But the primary structure, secondary structure, that balance and all their functioning is governed by physics. Am I clear? However, now it is realized, now people have understood. However, now it is being increasingly realized that neither a purely organismic approach or neither a purely reductionist approach would reveal the truth about the biological process. So we have to use both organismic approach, that is tissue model approach, or we have to also use the reductionist approach, that is at the molecular level analysis also we will study. Like if I ask you, only by-hearting things, just by-hearting blindly NCERT lines will make you successful? That may make you successful in some easy papers which are direct NCERT lines. But if the NCERT lines are little twisted in a conceptual question, in an application-based question, then you will fail because you have just by-hearted the lines. What do you say? Batti kattu. So sometimes only doing batti kattu will not help. You have to do batti kattu and you have to also have the conceptual understanding. Both combination will make you very good. Single combination will not help you. Like you are very good in understanding of concepts. Okay, I understood everything, sir. But you are not revising. You are not memorizing. Then what? In exam, memory will not be there. Formula will be not recalled. Answer will not be recalled. Then what will happen? Then again you will lose marks. So I will not say just by hearting or just having conceptual understanding. We need a combination of both. So neither a organismic approach, tissue model approach, or neither just a reductionist molecular approach will help us to understand. Now, we are using the combination. That's why a new concept we are going to study, that is system biology. What biology we are saying, guys? System biology. Very interesting. Now we are talking about system biology. Focus here. Okay. Okay, this is an organism. Organism body is made up of tissue. These are the different tissues. Okay, in these tissues, different cells are there. Okay, these cells are performing this function. Okay, these cells are having these genes and proteins which are responsible for their function. That was a reductionist approach. From the complex level to a simplest level, you separated everything. Molecule by molecule, you separated and you studied. Now you have to study in opposite manner how this all molecules are assembled, how this all molecules are assembled into a cell, how a cell is assembled into a tissue, how tissue is assembled into organ, how organ is assembled into organ system, how organ system is assembled into organism, and how then the organism function. So basically, when you are studying from complex to simplified level, it is a reductionist approach. But then you combine all the simple systems and understand how the complex function is functioning. That is which biology? System biology. So from reductionist approach, now we will focus on system biology. Are you getting me, students? So both concepts are applied. Both concepts are applied. Yes? Sir, will this online classes will be free on YouTube till NEET 2027? No, beta. It is not free. Once after, I think, few days, we will completely go on our app. Yes? Am I clear? Hello, everyone. System biology. Any system you think now. Nervous system, excretory system, digestive system. Multiple organs are there. Multiple organs are functioning. Every organ has its own role. Like digestive system. Stomach has its role to secrete the HCl and pepsin. But that is governed by the hormonal regulation gastrin. Then small intestine has the role to secrete secretin because it has to make the acidic food alkaline by water and bicarbonates. Then the pancreatic juice will be secreted by the cholecystokinin hormone release. So see, every organ is functioning at its level. But they are all working independently or they are interacting in a coordinating manner, you tell me. Any system which is functioning in your body, excretory, respiratory, digestive, are they working in an interacting manner or are they working independently? Food is not there in the stomach, acid is released. Small intestine, the food went into, stomach is releasing acid on the small intestine. Does it happen like that? Does it happen like that? Your food is passing from stomach to intestine and stomach will throw acid on the small intestine? It will not. Once the food is passed from stomach to intestine, why it will throw acid? Because they are interacting with each other. In breathing you say diaphragm is flattened, rib cage is outwards and upwards. Will the rib cage behave in opposite manner? Diaphragm going down and rib cage going in. What is this? Will you able to increase your thoracic volume? No, you will not be able to breathe. So see, every system, every organ, in every single system, every organ are interacting with each other and doing the function of that organ system. That's how you achieve the physiology. That's how we achieve the body functioning. That is what this line is going to tell us. System biology makes us believe that all living phenomena, system biology tells us that whatever living phenomena means whatever living organisms are there, their emergent properties means they are functioning in such a way, they are releasing acid, they are carrying the oxygen via the hemoglobin. Whatever they are doing, the emergent properties is due to interaction among the components of the system. Component means organ. Component means organ. Am I clear? So when I on the engine of the car, that one click switching off the engine, it will switch on multiple things in the car. Am I clear? Fuel injector will start, fuel injection will start. Yes, combustion will start, energy will be produced. Then I will do the accelerator. Yes. So every component is interacting with each other in a proper manner, in a regulatory manner. Okay, not a random manner, in a proper regulatory manner. So regulatory network of molecules, supramolecular assemblies. See, emergent means functioning. Emergent means functioning. Emergent properties means functioning of that organ system. So, functioning of an organ system is due to the interaction of the different component of the system. Am I clear? System here is any system of your body. Components are organs. When they interact in such a way, then the particular function or the emergent property you will understand, or that functioning occurs. Am I clear? Like, very simple. We are talking at the system level, different organs interacting. Can I go to cell level also and understand the same thing? Yes. In cell chapter, you have studied that nucleus contains the DNA, DNA contains the gene, gene undergoes transcription, mRNA is formed, mRNA comes outside, goes in the rough endoplasmic reticulum where the ribosome is going to do the translation. After the translation, you get the proteins. Proteins are then going into the Golgi apparatus for the packaging. Once the packaging of the protein is done, then it will be given to any other part of the cell or outside the cell. Yes. So are these organelles interacting with each other? Yes. Cell is also interacting, but that is at the cellular level. We are talking at the system level. Am I clear? But at system level also, different organs are interacting, and the emergent property, the functioning of the organ system is coming. Are we clear with this? Are we clear with this? Got it, guys? Yeah, little complex English is there, but try to understand. So, regulatory network. So finally, regulatory network of molecule combined to become supramolecular assembly. Supramolecular assembly, like biomolecule you studied now, micromolecule, macromolecule, simple molecule become complex molecule, micro, macro contains cell milk tissue, tissue makes organism, from that organism make population, different population make community, and in community all the different population are interacting, and you see the population interaction, you see the energy flow happening. Yes, basically that's how the ecosystem is functioning. So it means that from the cellular level to the most ecosystem level, if I go, everywhere interaction is happening. And that's how the emergent property is coming. Am I clear? In this chapter, you will study different human physiological functions, the exchange of gases in this chapter, blood circulation in next chapter, locomotion, and in the last we will talk about the coordination, control and coordination. Are we clear with this, guys? Next little bit we have to also talk about Mr. Alfonso Corti. Let us quickly talk about Alfonso Corti. Alfonso Corti, Italian anatomist. What was he? He was an Italian anatomist studying internal structure. What did he study? He studied cardiovascular system of reptiles. What did he study? Cardiovascular system of reptiles. Clear hai? Then suddenly his focus went on into mammalian auditory system. Focus went on into what? His attention went to mammalian auditory system. In 1851, he published a paper on the structure of basilar membrane of the cochlea. Basilar membrane of the cochlea. Cochlea is the part of your internal ear. We have three parts in the ear: external ear, middle ear, internal ear. Internal ear has two different types of structure. One is the vestibular apparatus, that is functioning for your balance of the body. And then there is cochlea. Cochlea is responsible for the hearing part. And in cochlea, there is a sensory structure called as the basilar membrane. Basilar membrane is connected to the nerves. And whenever the sound vibration is coming, that is perceived by the basilar membrane of the cochlea, that is having the hair cells. Hair cells like columnar cells with cilia are there. They are the hair cells. They will start vibrating and then they will disturb the auditory nerve, the cochlear nerve, okay, the eighth cranial nerve. That will conduct the impulse towards your brain, and that's how you are perceiving the sound. Am I clear? So basilar membrane of the cochlea containing hair cells that convert the sound vibrations into what? Into the action potential, which will be conducted to the brain, and this organ is called as the organ of Corti. So in cochlea, the sensory structure, the basilar membrane with the hair cell which is responsible to perceive the stimuli. So whatever sound vibration is going in your ear, first tympanum will vibrate. Tympanum will vibrate with the ear ossicles. Ear ossicles will give that vibrations to the cochlea. In cochlea there will be basilar membrane that will get stimulated and that will generate the action potential and that will be sent to your brain, and that's how you perceive the sound, and that organ is named on Corti. That's why it is called as organ of Corti. Are we clear with this? Can be asked as a question. Okay, don't take any NCERT line lightly. Whatever NCERT line is there, read every single line carefully. ठीक है? चलो, next. Now we can say we will start with the chapter. Finally, we can start with the chapter. Come on. Let us read the introduction part. So breathing and exchange of gases. Breathing and exchange of gases, as you have read earlier, oxygen is utilized by the organism indirectly. Can we use the oxygen directly? Boys and girls, tell me. Can we use oxygen directly? So oxygen is utilized by the organism indirectly. Very, very important. Examiner may change this to directly. That will become wrong. That will become wrong. So indirectly means, directly if you use oxygen, there will be sudden burst of energy. Cell will die. Directly if you oxidize the glucose, sudden burst of energy. Okay, you are not burning it. You are not burning it. We are using the oxygen indirectly. First you do the glycolysis. Anaerobic breakdown of the glucose into 2 pyruvate molecules. Then the 2 pyruvate molecules you send into the link reaction acetyl-CoA. Then that acetyl-CoA you will put in the mitochondria for Krebs cycle. Then you will generate some NADH2, FADH2, some direct ATPs you will get. 2 direct ATP you got from the glycolysis also. Some NADH2 from the glycolysis. Link reaction gave you some NADH2. All those NADH2, FADH2 will be channelized into the electron transport chain. And in the electron transport chain, the hydrogen, the protons will be pumped in the intermitochondrial membrane, and a proton gradient will be created. And when the proton hydrogen is being pumped out, the high energy electron is transferred from the least electronegative to highest electronegative. And who is sitting in the last? Who is the most electronegative thing sitting in the last of the ETC? The most electronegative thing sitting in the ETC in the last is oxygen. So oxygen is driving the electron transport chain. And then using that proton gradient, you are pumping it through the F1 particles. Yes or no? The ATP synthase. And you are able to synthesize the ATP. So you tell me, this is a direct process or an indirect process? This is an indirect process where you use the oxygen. Oxygen is coming in the last step in the ETC. But if it is not there, you will not be able to generate ATP. That's why we are saying we are generating ATP indirectly. Am I clear? LT classes started, sir? Yes, beta. It started 1 week back. It already started 1 week back, beta. Okay. 1 week back started, na? I think we completed tissue chapter there. I think 2 weeks back. First we completed tissue, then we completed frog. Now we are in breathing and exchange of gases. Okay. Can we derive energy from carbohydrates? Yes. Can we derive energy ATP from proteins? Yes. Can we derive energy from fats? Yes. From carbohydrates we can directly break down the glucose. Indirectly break down the glucose using the oxygen. I told you the pathway. You can also use the amino acid of the protein. You can also use the fatty acid of the lipids. Or yes, you can use organic acids also in your body to produce energy. Am I clear? Yes. So you can do breakdown of simple molecules like glucose, amino acids and fatty acids, etc. to derive energy to perform activities. Energy is ATP. Yes. And what is the waste product released? The waste product released is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, which is harmful for us, it is released in the catabolic reaction. So respiration process is a catabolic process. Simple, direct, straightforward question can be asked. So therefore, it is evident, quite clear that continuous supply of oxygen is needed. 2 things your body need continuously: oxygen and the organic nutrients such as glucose, fatty acids, amino acids. Preferably glucose first. Am I clear? And then you are continuously producing CO2. Your tissues are continuously utilizing O2 and releasing CO2. So that CO2 from the tissue has to be delivered to the lungs and you will throw out. And using the physical respiration, physical breathing, what you are doing, you are taking the oxygen rich air, the atmospheric air which is rich in oxygen, you are taking inside your body. So this process of exchange of O2 from the atmosphere with the CO2 produced by the cell is called breathing, commonly called as respiration. Are we clear with this, guys? Yes. And then comes which paragraphs? Then comes the next paragraph, respiratory organs. Which paragraph comes? Respiratory organs. Let's quickly see this also. So respiratory organs. See, mechanism of breathing vary. Vary means changes among different group of animals. Among different group of animals. If you are on water, if you are in water as an animal, you will not use lungs. If you are terrestrial, you will not use gills. Am I clear? Terrestrial, common sense, lungs will be used. Water, they will use gills. So basically, breathing structure will change as per the different group of animals, depending upon which habitat they are. Depending mainly on habitat. If you are in water, but obvious, you may use gills or skin. If you are on land, then you will use lungs. And it also depends upon your level of organization. Level of organization. So first of all, in which habitat you are, that will change the mechanism of breathing and the structure of the breathing also. Second, what is the level of organization? I will ask the sponge, you are in water, you should breathe with gills. Will sponge breathe via gills? Sponge is aquatic, na? But it is not using gills. Why? Because sponge level of organization is cellular organization. How it will have gills? Correct? So level of organization is also very important. So sponge might be in water, Cnidaria might be in water, Ctenophora might be in water, but they cannot use gills because they are simple invertebrates. Yeah, they are having cellular or tissue level organization. They will use their body surface. Yeah, as you develop different respiratory structures. So lower invertebrates like sponges, coelenterate, flatworm, etc., they will exchange oxygen by simple diffusion over their body surface. So sponges, coelenterate, flatworms, etc., they will exchange the gases through their body surface in a passive way. Oxygen will come from higher concentration to lower concentration. CO2, which is produced in body, it will leave from higher concentration to outside, lower concentration. Talking about earthworms, they are having a little bit higher organization. Earthworms are also invertebrates, but they are having a higher organization, organ system. But they are still respiring through their skin only. Moist cuticle, cutaneous respiration, I can say. Yes, insect. especially the terrestrial insects, cockroaches, grasshopper, butterflies. The majority of the class in arthropoda is insecta. Majority of the insecta are terrestrial insects. They will use what? They have chinna openings on the lateral side, spiracles. Spiracle connected to the tube-like structure, trachea. Trachea further branches out into tracheoles. Tracheoles are in connect with the direct body fluid because arthropods' open circulatory system is there. So tracheoles are coming in the direct body fluid contact, direct exchange of gases is happening through the tracheal system. So just remember, insects have network of tubes called as a tracheal tubes to transport the atmospheric air within the body. Next, special vascularized structure. Vascularized means blood supply is there. The blood is coming in contact with what? With the gills. Breathing via gills is called as branchial respiration. Very important. It is used by which arthropods? Gills or branchial respiration is used by aquatic arthropods. Can you tell me some example of aquatic arthropods? Give me some example of aquatic arthropods. Example of aquatic arthropod which use gills for branchial respiration. Come on. I am waiting for your answer. Prawn, very good. Prawns hai, crabs hai, lobsters hai. Prawns, crabs, lobsters, aquatic arthropods, they are going to use the gills. Are we clear? You might have heard book gills also. Have you heard book gills? Book gills. Kabhi to suna hoga. Book gills, you might have heard book gills. Have you heard book gills? Limulus. Limulus given as king crab, but technically it is horseshoe crab. Yes, book gills is there in the king crab. Horseshoe crab technically, limulus, living fossil. Book gill is there. Book lungs you might have heard, book lungs. Book lungs are also there, book lungs. Book lungs in spiders and scorpions. Book lungs in spider and scorpions. Are we clear everyone? ठीक है? So you may note down. Book lungs, spider, scorpion, arachnids. Book lungs in arachnids. Spider and scorpions. Okay, spider and scorpions. Then moving ahead, mollusca. Mollusca also uses gills. Mollusca also uses gills, and some of the mollusca may have a vascularized bag-like structure called as lungs. Pulmonary respiration used by terrestrial forms. Majority of the mollusks are in water. They will use gills. That gill name is Ctenidia. Ctenidia, if you remember. If you don't remember, no problem. In animal kingdom, we will talk about that. Mollusk like snail. Snail which is present on land, they have pulmonary sac, lung-like structure, pulmonary sac, okay? And then we have the vertebrates. Among vertebrates, finally, last, vertebrates. Vertebrates, fishes will use gills. Fishes will use gills, and finally, amphibian, reptiles, birds and mammals, they respire through lungs. Amphibians, reptiles, birds, mammal respire through lungs. Amphibian we studied, it may also respire through skin, cutaneous respiration, buccopharyngeal respiration, pulmonary respiration also. But in reptile, birds and mammals, 100% lungs will be there. Amphibians, other than lungs, they can use skin and buccopharyngeal respiration also. Are we clear everyone? Are we clear? So till here I will stop, okay? In the next class, we will start from human respiratory system. So my request is there, just read and come. Okay. Now, chalo, let's do 2-3 questions. Don't run, don't run. I have some 2-3 questions for you. Let's see if you are able to answer. 2-3 questions, not much. Abhay. What the hell? Okay guys, you are able to read the question. Please see the question. Able to read the question, everyone? Come on. So as per the NCERT, the reductionist approach to study life forms resulted in use of which concept? Tell me the answer for this question. Reductionist approach use what? Physico-chemical concepts and technique 2025. Question I can say. Okay, chalo, answer is B. Answer is B. The reductionist approach to study life form resulted in the increasing use of physico-chemical concept and techniques. Okay, next question, come on. So we had an explosion. We had an explosion of knowledge. Come on, next question. Explosion of knowledge in molecular biology led to molecular physiology becoming almost synonymous with. So when you are understanding molecular physiology, what two other concepts connected it? Biochemistry and biophysics. Yes. So as per the NCERT line, what is saying? Molecular physiology became almost synonymous with biochemistry and biophysics. So at the molecular level, any functioning you are understanding, it affects the biophysics and it also affected by the biochemistry. So indirectly, both these concepts are synonymous, parallel with each other. Okay. Next question. What does system biology makes us believe? What does system biology makes us believe regarding biological process or living phenomena? What does system biology tells us? System biology tells us that in a system there are different components. Different components are different organs. They are interacting with each other and then doing the function. The emergent property is due to interaction with each other. So answer will be, they are having emergent properties due to interaction among the components of the system under the study. Are we clear with this, everyone? Hello? Clear, everyone? So answer will be C. NCERT line says that system biology makes us believe that living phenomena are emergent properties due to interaction among components of the system under study. Clear hai? Chalo. One more question. I hope you are not tired. Come on. Alfonso Cortai. Italian question. Come on. Famous Italian Alfonso Cortai began his scientific study by studying the what? He studied what? He studied cardiovascular system in reptiles. Straightforward question. Here there is no logic. Directly NCERT line question is there. ठीक है? Then next question. In 1851, Alfonso Cortai published a paper describing specific structure containing hair cells. According to NCERT, what is the structure located? That is what? The structure is located where? Organ of Cortai. Where it is located? Organ of Cortai. Organ of Cortai is located on the basilar membrane of the cochlea. See, semicircular canal is for balancing. Tympanic membrane is way outside. Basilar membrane is the right answer. Are we clear? Now, next, I think we have the last question, if I am having this. What is the primary function of the hair cells? Come on. What is the primary function of the hair cells? To convert the sound vibration into the impulses. To equalize pressure on the eardrum. We have Eustachian tube. In the Eustachian tube, that will be used to balance the ear pressure. Here the answer is to convert sound vibrations into nerve impulse. So that is the NCERT line. NCERT line says that containing hair cells convert the sound vibrations into the nerve impulses. Okay. So again you can see many students ignore these two paragraphs as unimportant paragraph, but we have to study. Okay, we have to not leave any single line. Okay, so respect every NCERT line. You have to understand every single line. Okay, on that question can be asked. So that's it for today's class, guys. Bye bye. Thank you. See you in the next class. Bye. Sir, please upload this in app. Arey, we discussed the question now. Why we need to upload on the app, beta? We have discussed this on the Yogi. Chill. This much questions are enough. You can see the video a little bit back again. Okay? Chalo. Bye. Switch off. How to switch it off?